It's CalifaRap.net. Well, actually, it's still CalifaRap.net, and today we are here with a brand new and exclusive interview with the Southland gangster himself, Mr. D. So, D, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm here back again for the what is it, the 100th time?
Yeah,
How many
most
interviews have
likely.
we done?
I haven't counted, I can't tell you. Maybe like
All
10,
right.
12,
All
something
right.
like that.
Yeah, I'm sure that people out there will enjoy listening to us do another interview.
I can imagine, because you have, I know, I mean, you have a lot of stuff coming out. I mean, you just dropped a new album, but we'll get to that later, but I'm
Of
sure
course.
you will have, a lot of topics, that you can talk about, what Southland has actually lined up for 2015.
Of course, yes.
All right, all right. So, I mean, let's just start right away, with the album, which I think will officially drop next week on the 21st, but
That's correct.
which is already out in the streets. It's called Southern Comfort, a new Southland Gangsters.
Southern Southern Comfort, yeah.
Yes, that's true. Let us know more about that album. I mean, what can the fans expect from it music-wise?
Well, to the Southland fans, our core fans, it's been a long waiting for a new album. The last album we put out was the Southland Above the Law, but that was last year in 2000, you know, the last year. But this year, 2015, last year I kind of took it easy. I didn't really want to put nothing out last year because wasn't comfortable with the year, But 2013 was a good year, and then this year, 2015, I'm ready to release everything. So we've got a lot of good projects coming.
All right, but a little bit more specifically talking, about the Southern Comfort, I'm actually looking at the track
So
listing
like,
right now. I
uh
see
huh.
50 tracks, I mean, let the people know, when they go out, and get the record, what can they expect from it?
This is some real genuine gangster shit. This the real Chicano rap that you've been waiting for. Stuff that's not like the new generation. Stuff that's out right now that's people might be into, but this is a little bit hardcore for the people that like that hardcore shit. Real Southside gangster shit. Just the real deal stuff. You know what I mean? But
All
it got a lot of people on it too. There's a lot of good features on it. So it's just it's action packed.
Sounds good. Sounds good. I mean, before I called you, I was actually looking, in our forum, the CalifaRap community, and some user, was actually wondering, I mean, what does the title, Southern Comfort, actually mean, to you?
What's the title mean? As a
Yeah.
title, me and MC Poncho and Poncho came with that. We did a Southern Comfort photo shoot, and he called the photo shoot Southern Comfort. I'm like, man, I might as well use that for my new record coming out. And he's like, all right, Southern Comfort is just the comfort of being a Southsider. You know what I mean? Being a Southsider, someone from Southern California. The comfort is that we all got each other's backs. Is that reality? I'm not sure, but we should have all each other's backs. You know what I mean? Southern Comfort.
All right. All right. Well, as I told you, I'm actually looking at the track listing, and I mean, there's also a list, of all the artists featured. I mean, who can we expect to hear on the record? I'm pretty sure you won't be able to name them all because it's such a huge list. But just give us a few.
Yeah, the few man. Well, my longtime homie Casper, he's on there. So he's been on there since the Southland Gangsters, the first Southland Gangsters. So he's there. He's probably him and S.A. Bobby were the first Southland Gangsters. People probably don't even know that. Casper has been around forever. And Kryptonite's there too. Kryptonite's been there since day one too. He's doing other things right now, but he's been with Southland since day one too. So not too many people besides S.A. Bobby, have been around as long as these two. And then there's S.A. Saint, breaking out, got a new album coming out also. We'll talk about that further down on the interview. But, him and Hillside, They play a big role in this album. Frank V. Properdos on a couple of tracks. Quinte Yesca, he's there. Little Blackie's there. Big Hutch from Above the Law did a lot of hooks for us on the album. Um, my boy Marlo Mack is there with Lil Jamie on the hook, from Gangsters Get Lonely. She did a hook on there too. Probably the best hook singer in the game. Marlo Mack's homeboy Trigger from Cudahy, he's on the track. Man, there's just so many people on that album that I'm probably forgetting some people, but it's just filled with good songs.
So, we already mentioned, that the official release will be next week, so you will have distribution. It will be on iTunes, but I know that I think it was either in last year or in late 2013, you also started your own eBay account. So maybe let the fans know how they can pick it up from eBay.
Yeah, Southland SL Entertainment has their own eBay account. That's true. Um, it's just go on eBay and type in Southland Gangster Southern Comfort. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Order it, and it'll be sent out to you by someone on our staff.
Well, as far as I know, you will also have at least 1, 2 videos out, for the Southern Comfort album. Let us know more about what you actually have really lined up when it comes to videos.
Yes, we're gonna have Down for Life. There's a track that me, Casper, and Saint did. It's a part 2 of the original Down for Life from the Southland Gangster Click album back in 2002, I believe. We redid a little remix on that track. That one's coming out. It's a whole new redone. The beat's redone, different hook, but it's kind of like that part 2 of that song. We did a video for that, and then we did a song called More Money, More Problems with Hutch on the hook, and me, Saint, and Hillside. So we're shooting a video on that one, and then we're in negotiations with Marlo Mack and his homie Trigger on doing a video with the song we did called Every Day All Day, and we're gonna shoot a video on that one. So and then Casper's shooting a video for his first single, and then we'll be shooting a lot of videos. Saint's gonna shoot a video for his first single, and we're talking about doing the Fully Auto track. That's Lazy. My boy Lazy's on that track with Trouble and S.A. Bobby. It's a whole one of them tracks with a lot of homies on it. We're trying to do a video on that one, and I got to do a video for my single for my album. So yeah, we got a lot of videos we're gonna shoot this year. It's not my favorite thing to do videos, but it's really a necessity nowadays, because without no real radio play, YouTube play and video play is all it seems to be the big way of getting promotion.
Of course, people can check it out on their cell phones, whenever they are out. So I think it's actually a good way, as you said, on getting your music out there.
Of course, everything's visual. People want to see the visual, they want to see, they just don't want to hear it, they want to see it, So for all you rappers out there, make sure you shoot videos.
All right, all right. So, let's start talking, about some of the stuff, that will most likely be released later this year. In the last video interview we did in 2013, before you were releasing your last solo album, I Am the Southland, you were talking about doing a collaboration album with your brother S.A. Bobby. Is that still going to happen? Or is
Yeah. That's it. No, that's in the works. That's got about 10 tracks done, and it should be out this year. So that's almost done.
One thing you already mentioned is that Little Casper is going to release a solo album, a new one actually. I think it's
Yeah.
called Hook Premiere. What's the status on that?
That should be, could be or should be the next Southland release. Yeah, Casper, and he's no longer Little Casper no more. He's Casper. So took a little out of his name. So that's coming real soon. That'll be coming out with that, along with S.A. Saint. Those albums are done. And then my solo album, Still in the Game, coming out. Those albums. Casper and Saint are done, and my album's like 90% done.
Okay, so you just said, that Saint's album is done. Can you already give us the name of Saint's album, and will it be
Saint's album, Saint's album's name is Southland Affiliated, and what was that other thing you asked about?
But what I wanted to ask is like, will it really be an S.A. Saint solo album? I mean, what about his partner Hillside?
Hillside's on like 4 or 5 songs, but it's S.A. Saint solo album. But of course we're all on it. I think that, he does a few. He does about 5 or 6 solo songs, but the rest of them, featuring the Southland homies. You know what I mean?
So, I mean, beside that, you already said that you will also put up your album called Still in the Game. So how many tracks are recorded?
I've done probably about 25 tracks on that one, but I'm gonna narrow it down to probably about 15, and see where we're at. We got some good features on that one.
Okay, okay. Something, that I've been wondering about is, also like last week, 2 weeks ago, you put out some pictures of you in the studio with Dubsy from West Side Connection. So how was it to work with him, and on which album are we actually going to hear that songs?
Yeah, Dub C. I've known him since 1997. One of the first people I met in the rap game, and it took a few years till 2015 to actually work with him. But I've known him for a long time, and it's cool. We just did the track of. They put him on the track with him, me, Casper, and then it's him and Goldie Loke. So that might be the first single, but I've known him for a long time.
Okay, so Goldilocks is also on it. Sounds really promising. I mean, if you take a look, I mean, over the years, now you're working with Big Hutch, you had Dubsy, you worked with Nate Dogg, like if you first, when you first started Southland, would you have thought, that you will work, with some of the West Coast greatest legends?
Yeah, we had Deep in the Game. Our first album had Young Dre on it. Badass, Rodney O, Dre Street Gangster. Those are, pretty much legends right there, So it's been, I've been working with the greats since day one. That's the plus by living, where I live, in LA, so in the San Fernando Valley, in 818, you know what I mean? The people, nothing but stars around us, you know what I mean?
Okay, okay. So, when ever I ask you lately, what would you say? How is the current status of Chicano rap? Is it still on life support? Is it getting better again? I mean, let us know how the market is actually right now.
It's good for me, ain't nothing changed, Southland's still prosperous more than ever, so, it's just changed, yeah, it's changed, people, we still have our core audience, and we're losing the ones that weren't really into, weren't really true to Chicano rap. They're just listening to it because they thought it was the cool thing to listen to. But it's not gonna. I don't think it's ever gonna die. As long as I'm here. But I think everything's good.
It sounds good. Sounds good. Um, because as people have been saying, oh, Chicano rap is dead. And the problem of Chicano rap might be, that they are always, or that they are still portraying, the hardcore gangster image. I mean, what do you have to say
Uh,
about opinions like that?
well, that's coming from people that aren't gangsters and don't know nothing about that life. And if you really listen to music, we're not glorifying it at all. A lot of our tracks were saying, not to do certain things that are going to put you away forever. So, it's just people being judgmental and, not really knowing the facts on what they're even talking about.
Okay, okay. So, I mean, before I let you go for right now, as usual, you are used to that. Is there anything else that you would like to say at the end of the interview?
Yeah, shout out to everybody, out there in CalifaRap listening to this interview, bad or good, thanks for listening to it, shout out to everybody supporting Chicano rap, and shout out to everybody that's not supporting Chicano rap. Do your thing, what you like to do, but no need to talk down on us for doing what we're doing. As long as it's paying our bills and we're taking care of our kids, don't get mad at us. And shout to all the Southland gangsters, there's a gang of them to mention, so I'll just leave it like that.